But I think that the rest of the body needs to know if we're going to finish tonight or tomorrow or the next day. So my consent request is pretty direct. We would have 90 more minutes of debate, an hour under the control of Senator from Georgia, and 30 minutes under the control of Senator Feinstein or their designates.
Is there objection to the majority leader's consent request?
Mr. President,
I would just simply say, if there's objection, we'll just come back tomorrow.
Reserving the right to object.
Senator from Georgia.
Let me, if I may, direct a question to the majority leader through the chair. That, as I understand, what you're asking for is 90 more minutes, 30 minutes, Senator Feinstein, 30 minutes for me, and
No, you would have an hour. Yeah, you'd have 30. He'd have 30.
and Senator Paul would have 30 minutes. And does your consent, it would start right now, basically, or?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Continuing to serve the right to object, I guess then I would direct a question to the Senator from Kentucky, since he has the floor, of what amount of time you think you want to utilize.
Senator from Kentucky is recognized.
Mr. President, reserving the right to object. I would be happy with the vote now. I've talked a lot today, but the only thing I would like is a clarification. If the President or the Attorney General will clarify that they're not going to kill non-combatants in America. He essentially almost said that this morning. He could take his remarks that he virtually agreed ultimately with Senator Cruz, put it into a coherent statement that says the drone program will not kill Americans who are not involved in combat. I think he probably agrees to that. I don't understand why we couldn't put that into words, but if he does, I want no more time. But if not, I will continue to object if the administration and the Attorney General will not provide an adequate answer.
And
I object.
I'm not in position to talk for the Attorney General. We'll just finish this matter tomorrow.
Is the objection? The objection is heard. Senator from Kentucky is recognized.
Mr. President.
Once, okay?
Senator from Kentucky's.
Everyone should plan on coming tomorrow. We're through for the night.
I'm not sure, Mr. President, exactly what he's... Okay.
The objection is heard.
Okay, thank you.
Recognized.
Mr. President, at this time, without yielding the floor, I'd like to entertain a question from the Senator from Pennsylvania.
Senator from Pennsylvania is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President, and I want to thank the Senator from Kentucky for raising, I think, a very, very important issue, and I would just like to kind of walk through a little bit of clarification so that I understand clearly exactly what's transpired here and the exact question to which the Senator from Kentucky would like a response. From my perception, my understanding is this seems like a very simple and basic request, and so I'm surprised that we don't have a simple and straightforward answer. So I wonder if Senator from Kentucky would just summarize briefly for me so that I understand clearly the exact request that you made to the administration.
Mr. President, in late January, we sent a letter to John Brennan, the nominee for the CIA, asking a bunch of questions, but included among those questions was, can you kill an American in America with a drone strike? And we got no response, and no response, and no response. Thanks to the intervention of the ranking member on the Intelligence Committee, as well as members from the opposite aisle on the Intelligence Committee, we finally got an answer about 2 days ago. The answer from John Brennan was that he acknowledges the CIA cannot act in the United States. That is the law, and that was nice. But the Attorney General responded and said that they don't intend to, they haven't yet, but they might.
And am I correct in understanding that that's currently the state of play? That's the most recent response you've gotten in writing from the administration?
Mr. President, that's the only direct response I've gotten. I've also read the testimony from the Judiciary Committee where the Senator from Texas cross-examined the Attorney General, who responded indirectly to my question by saying it was inappropriate. It was inappropriate. We probably wouldn't do that. but wouldn't answer directly whether it was unconstitutional or not. It appears at the end that he may have said that it would be unconstitutional to kill non-combatants. Should be a pretty simple answer. And really, that's all I'm asking. I can be done anytime if I could just get a response from the administration or from the Attorney General saying that they do not believe they have the authority to kill non-combatants in America.
Well, Mr. President, further follow-up on further clarification here. If the administration seems to be unwilling to state unequivocally that they recognize that they do not have the legal authority to kill a non-combatant American on American soil, did they suggest under what circumstances they would? Did they suggest a process by which they would identify an American citizen non-combatant on American soil that might be subject to being killed by a drone strike?
Well, Mr. President, there's been a white paper that was released that goes through a series of things. They do have a step or a process they go through in determining who to kill. The problem I have is that in foreign countries, I don't know the exact number because it's classified, but in foreign countries, many of the people being killed aren't actively engaged in combat. And I'm not saying that's right or wrong or making an opinion on that, but I'm saying that's not a standard I can live with in the United States.